Multiple sclerosis is an MS, it's an MS disease, it's debilitating, I had to say that very slowly, and it affects the central nervous system and interrupts the brain's signals to the body. Research is still being conducted to discover more about this disease that affects 2.3 million people worldwide. Here to tell us more about how we can help is Shannon Nelson of the National MS Society and Dr. Nancy Monson of UT Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas. That was a mouthful. Multiple sclerosis.
You got it.
Yes.
That's it.
It's good to have you all here, and I want you to tell us all about this. First of all, I want to jump right into this disease.
Of course.
You know, back long ago, it was like when you got this diagnosis, it was almost like a death sentence. Mm-hmm. And today, there are so many more people just living and living well with this disease. How has it changed like so fast?
So truly, it's through the Society's investment in research. It's truly through our investment and through the fact that we are truly committed to making sure that we are leaving no rock unturned. So this year alone, we're actually committed to funding $50 million in research. So 20 years ago, there were absolutely no disease-modifying therapies. Today, we have 11. So people have
11 different drugs, medications that can help
that allow them to live a more quality lifestyle.
That's interesting. And back in the day, you were told to just lay in bed and don't move and just kind of let this thing pass. And now today, doctors challenge patients to get up and get moving and go work out.
Oh, absolutely. We actually, in our North Texas office, we have a workout facility. So people living with MS come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays and work out with us because maintaining an active lifestyle is so important to living out a healthy life with MS.
That's interesting. Now, Dr. Nancy, I know that you work a lot with these patients and in their diagnosis. Is there something that can trigger this disease? Like, is there like a traumatic event that can trigger this?
So there are a lot of different theories about that. For example, there could be environmental factors that are really important in that, but probably what we understand the most is the interaction of the immune system with multiple sclerosis. So what we think is happening is that the immune system, instead of attacking just infections in your body, is actually attacking your brain. And that is what leads to the lack of talk between your brain and the rest of your body.
It's really interesting. Now, I know that your team has developed a special tool to help this diagnosis become early, because it seems like when people are diagnosed with MS, it takes so long to get this diagnosis, but your team has developed something new. Could you tell us more?
Sure. So my team studies a type of cell of your immune system called a B cell. And usually when your body gets an infection, B cells will make these things called antibodies, which go and hunt down the infection and get rid of it. What's happening in MS patients is that they're making antibodies that healthy people and people with other diseases of the brain aren't making. And we are able to track that by taking a spinal fluid sample from patients suspected of having MS and looking at the DNA code of these antibodies that are contained in the spinal fluid of these patients.
Amazing.
And we are about 90 to 94% accurate in determining who will get MS in the future based on that test. It's called MS Precise.
MS Precise. It's incredible. Thank you for doing that right here in our backyard.
Right.
Y'all are working so hard and making such a difference with the funds, like you said, that are, what is it, $3 million are raised within 70 days.
Yes, so this week is actually MS Awareness Week. So it's a national campaign for us to really get in touch with our community and make sure that we're bringing that awareness that is so important to our cause.
Right.
So this week kind of kicks off our fundraising in North Texas, and over the next 70 days, we raised $3 million.
That's amazing.
And a lot of that money goes to fund this research that is obviously so important.
Right. And there's 3 events. You said it was the Walk of Fort Worth, the Walk of Dallas, and then the Bike MS.
And that's the Sam's Club Roundup Ride.
All in March, April, and May.
And you can visit our website to learn more about each of those events.
Thank y'all so much for coming in today and just giving us more information on how it's progressing and getting better, and then what we can do now to help.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
for having us.
All right, there's so many ways that you can help raise money for MS, whether you like to ride bikes, walk, or just donate. Every little bit will help. For more information on MS and the local events, log on to mstexas.org. Sticking around, Susie's going off the cuff with Susie Says So. Lord, you don't want to miss that when the broadcast returns.